Veselin, first of all, congratulations on your victory in Armageddon and the first classical game. Do you know that you didn't do any new move in that game?
No.
Yeah,
No.
they say that there was a game between Yu Yangyi and Ding Liren, and it followed the same consequences of moves.
No.
Were you aware of that game, or which ones?
I think I was a bit worried because in general this line is very I think it's kind of harmless, but there was an idea at the very beginning that Kasparov introduced when first white plays h4 and then he has some options, which is but I couldn't remember, and then in the game I went for this, which I don't really know it's such a good idea, because there was some other move. I could reach an ending, only bishops with pawns, and my pawns would be weak, but I think that would still be an easy draw. The only important thing was to place a pawn on f5 and not to allow white's pawn to g4, and then the ending, I think it's just a draw.
Yeah, so probably it was just logical moves, let's say, which followed.
But no, honestly, I didn't know.
Yeah. Okay, and then there was this Armageddon game, and it seems like black were doing fine from the beginning. Or what was your feeling?
Well, it's a sharp line. When somehow I decided that playing normally, I think I would probably lose on time. So my plan was to go for a sharp, complicated position, and then concretely this line I didn't know, but I more or less knew how to place my pieces because I've also played with white, so I had an experience, and from one point on it became very clear that it looked that my king was open, but I knew that my position was very solid and it's very difficult to break, and with good counter chances. And of course, I played so quickly that his 10 seconds became 5, and I still had more time. So
yeah, exactly. He spent lots of time thinking maybe how to break through in this position.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but again, last year I played with black in a slow game against my ex second Ivan Cheparinov, and we had a similar structure. And somehow I knew that it's very solid and not so easy to break.
Yeah, and at the end, actually, you had I don't know how many, 4 pawns, extra pawns, but you decided to go for repetition. Is it some kind of code of ethics?
Maybe, yeah, because I think last time I also played against Maxime, this FIDE Grand Prix, and then in both cases I was losing white, and then in the second games he was almost winning, and then he was letting me a draw because he only needed a draw to pass to the next round. Yeah. But I mean, in a slow game ratings matter, but blitz, I don't really care about my blitz rating.
Yeah, Timur now is going to play in the candidates tournament very soon. First of all, do you think it was a good decision to play the tournament just before? And secondly, as a participant of so many World Championship cycles, what can you actually advise him to do in this situation?
Well, it's. I don't think I'm very good in advising because my last 2 candidates were a complete disaster. But it's really the problem is that if it goes wrong, then it's. For example, in my cases, if you go with the idea to win, and then if one starts badly, then at some point you realize you no winning chances. So and then still 10 days, nothing to do.
You lose motivation, but you still have to play.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just very difficult to give an advice.
What can you say in general about the candidates tournament? It's a special event, let's say, for any chess player.
It's like a bit one winner and many losers. Concretely in this one, my take is that I think Ding Liren, he has chances because not only he's playing well, but because also he got this last spot. He was lucky and sometimes it's a sign. Then I believe also Fabiano has some chances, and of course Firouzja, but of course he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
So yeah, these were my three top picks.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that it's a pity that Wesley So is not playing in the candidates. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I honestly believe he has a lot more chances to in a potential match against Magnus than anyone else now. But he cannot even get close to. Well, he would still never be a favorite, but I think he's very talented. He would have. I would love to see a match between him and Magnus, but okay, it's just empty talk because he's not even close.
Yeah. I mean, he was actually close. In the last Grand Prix, if Nakamura wouldn't play so well as well. You remember when he won this Grand Prix in Berlin?
But close is not enough, and then of course, even if you qualify to candidates, it's just not. I mean, you have to win it. So, and it's very, very difficult.
The road is very difficult to the match for sure. Thank you very much, Veselin. All the best in the next rounds. Thank you.